Hello, everybody. My name is Caesar.
And I'm Martha.
You okay? And welcome. There's a special way to start our special 20th episode of In a Wider Screenware.
Two idiots who know nothing about movies talk about movies. I want to put a disclaimer before we get started. I am running on 3 hours of sleep. I apologize. Let's continue.
I'm glad we just put that out there.
We need to put that out there.
Maybe because of that, you'll get the question wrong today.
Yeah, there's a question.
Okay, I was making sure you had your notes because I really didn't think you were prepared today.
I am.
Oh, okay, fine. All right, so the kitchen is red. Mm-hmm. The bathroom. Wait, I'm missing an important part of the question.
Okay.
Okay, I remember it. I remember it now.
Kitchen.
You live in a one-story house, okay? The kitchen is red. The bathroom is white.
Okay.
And the living room is blue. So what color are the stairs?
Well, it's a one-story house, but to be fair, you definitely gave that away because you missed it.
Forgot.
And then you titled it the most important part of the question before proceeding.
Did I really
to tell
say
me.
the most important of the question?
Yes, you said, "Oh, I forgot the most important part of the question," which is obviously the part that you need to focus on, which I did, which meant that there's no stairs in the one-story house. But good try, buddy.
I didn't. Not gonna lie to you, I did not realize I said that.
Yeah, so I think the comedic element out of these questions is you at this point.
At this point,
How can you mess up the question?
How can I mess up the question to make Martha get the answer even more quickly than she already will?
Exactly.
Okay, well, that's a way to kick off our 20th episode.
Happy 20th episode!
Yes.
I should have brought party hats.
No, I mean...
Can we do it for the 21st?
Why? Ooh, because we're legal on the 21st.
Yeah.
We should do shots on the 21st.
Yeah.
She's not doing shots.
Yeah, I'm not doing
Anyways, well, this is our 20th episode.
Actually, that could be really interesting. We get a little silly for the show.
Silly in what way?
Alcohol.
Oh. How are you on alcohol?
Silly.
Well, we'll see what happens with that then.
Yeah, actually, never mind. I don't want to do that. It's a bad idea.
No, not public. Anyways, but yeah, this is our 20th episode. Didn't think we made it this far, but we're here. And so we wanted to do something a little special for our 20th episode. So, as y'all know, we ran a Twitter poll with some movies that we thought about and let y'all choose the movie. So this week's going to be
Shark Tale.
Because y'all picked it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, honestly, I was not expecting Shark Tale to win.
I didn't expect this one to win either, but I'm glad that it did because my brother has been asking me forever now to do Shark Tale.
To do Shark Tale?
Yeah.
Maybe he was the winning vote, deciding vote.
That might have been it. I don't even think he has a Twitter. He probably made it just to vote
for it to win. Nacho Libre came in a very close second, which honestly I thought that was going to be the winner.
Yeah.
So I was pretty surprised. But before we get into Shark Tale, any movies or shows you've watched last week?
I have no think.
Nothing. Okay.
Did I watch anything? I don't remember.
You were asking the wrong guy.
I don't think so because I was pretty busy because I used the first week of school.
Oh yeah, we did have our first week of school. That was miserable.
So I don't think I got to really watch anything this week around. And if I did, my brain no worky.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
I know I watched some movies this week. I don't remember them. Oh, Marie and we saw Candyman. We got to see it a few days early, and we really liked it. It was actually a little scary.
I really want to see that one.
Yeah,
I'm really
it was really good. Definitely a good horror movie. Some themes under the surface that kind of think about a little bit.
Yeah.
But I really liked it. Yep. One of my favorites this year, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still trying to think of I feel.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm still trying to think of the movies. I could have sworn.
Oh, you're thinking about what you saw. Okay.
And I meant to write it down, but I didn't.
How about you do this for me? Either write them down for yourself or text me when you watch something.
Yeah.
And then I can remember for you.
Or no, I didn't. I didn't watch a movie.
What about any shows, TV?
None that I'm willing to admit.
Okay, that's fine. The show that I will be willing to admit is we started 9 Perfect Strangers on Hulu.
Oh, that one looks good.
It's good. It's a really good show. It has a stacked cast.
Yeah.
I can't even... I mean, it would take me 5 minutes to name everybody that's on the cast, but it's a great cast, and it has definitely a lot of mystery, I guess, to what's going on in that show. Right. And I really enjoy it. So
I love a good mystery.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't call it a mystery show, but I think the event is just very.
It's shrouded in
secrets, I would say.
Secrets.
A lot of reveals and everything like that. Yeah, so it's really good. So I would recommend that. And yeah, I know I watched other stuff. I can't remember. It's been...
Yeah. But hey, we're back in studio this week. We didn't even talk about that.
We've been gone for a while.
Back in studio. It has been too long. Should we cheers to that?
I guess so.
Cheers, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. We kept like having so many things come up that it was like, all right, we need to push it to
Yeah, we had
Zoom.
to keep pushing it. But we were like, okay, this is the 20th. It's a milestone. We have to be here. So 21 through 24, we'll probably be back on Zoom.
Yeah, probably.
Because it's not important for us.
But then
25,
we're back.
That's it.
We are back, baby.
That's the one. So we'll meet for every little milestone, and then to pretend like we're doing something.
Celebrating
something. No, this is definitely really, I think for us especially, it's a really solid achievement. Yeah. And we thank y'all who have been along for the ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why don't we get into it? This week we are talking about Shark Tale, the winner of the first ever poll. I actually honestly kind of want to do more polls in the future. Okay. So it's kind of interesting to see. Because I didn't expect it to win, like we were saying.
I wasn't expecting that many people to vote.
Me neither.
20. I thought it was going to be like 5.
Oh, me too. I thought it was like going to be like 5 votes, but I mean... Yeah, so it was like 20 something votes.
Yeah,
so
that's
nice. That was good for me.
Good for me. Which
right.
definitely gives me hope for some future plans we've talked about. So
yes.
Keep on listening,
more
guys.
in the future. But yeah, we're gonna get into Shark Tale this week. I think some facts here are gonna surprise you.
Oh, okay.
So this is directed by Vicky Jensen, who was one of the co-directors on Shrek.
That makes sense.
This guy named Bibbo Bergeron co-directed The Road to El Dorado. I've never seen that.
Okay.
But I know it's another DreamWorks thing. And then also the other director is Rob Letterman. This was his first movie as a director. He went on to co-direct Monsters vs. Aliens. Do you know what Gulliver's Travels is?
Yes.
The Jack Black movie.
Yes, I do remember that.
All big. Goosebumps and Detective Pikachu.
Nice.
So quite a resume after this.
Honestly.
Stacked cast. You got Will Smith. Robert De Niro, which I have a funny story about that when we get into it. But,
okay, go for it.
Oh, what were you gonna
say? What is up with this cast? Like, why did it have to be such?
Why is this stacked?
Big names.
Why do they attach big names to this movie?
Right?
I don't get it.
I love it.
Renee Zellweger, Angelina Jolie, Jack Black, and Martin Scorsese of all people. It's
so funny.
It's a cast. It was released October 1st, 2004. So very early on in our childhoods.
Yes. 4 years old.
Same here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. $75 million budget and it grossed about $375 million worldwide. And pretty shocking when I found this out, it was nominated at the Oscars. 77th Oscars, actually.
What?
Best animated feature. I think it lost to The Incredibles.
Wow.
So this is an Oscar nominee.
Wow. I was not expecting that.
Also, I didn't realize, I think this is the third DreamWorks movie we've talked about.
As we should.
I mean, yeah, right?
Because DreamWorks is the best.
But we haven't talked about anything like Disney or Pixar.
I mean, like, I'm a fan of Disney.
Oh, me too. But, like, DreamWorks is kind of in their own kind of lane.
It's where it's at. Because it's something that the kids can enjoy, but there's also a lot for the adults to enjoy.
I know.
Which is why I think it holds so well from, like, childhood to adulthood. You could still rewatch these movies over and still laugh like crazy. Yeah. So, but we'll get into that later.
Definitely. But yeah, 3 DreamWorks movies, and this is another one, another Oscar nominee. I don't get it. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm assuming, like myself, you watched this like as a young age.
Oh yeah, tons of times. I watched this all the time as a kid.
Yeah. Do you have any memories watching as a kid?
I think right now that was Night Before Christmas. No. I know this is a memory. I don't think I'm making this up. I remember coming home from the dentist and watching Shark Tale.
The dentist?
Yeah, because I hated the dentist. I have a phobia.
I still hate the dentist.
I mean, I'm getting better, but it's still bad. But anyway, we're not going into my deepest fears.
Specifics.
But anyway, so I think this is like a Mandela effect thing because I really thought it was Shark Tales. But that could be the Mexican in me adding an S to the end of everything.
I noticed you were adding the S, and I didn't say anything.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try my best not to say Shark Tale. Okay, well I can't even say the first part. So
I mean, you've done it. You've done it with other movies too. I just never said anything.
Oh.
The B movie. You could call it the B movie. It's just B movie. The School of Rock is just School of Rock.
I'm Mexican, and you gotta leave me alone for that, okay?
But you're just adding articles. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I feel like your mistakes were so minimal that it's fine.
At least I don't say shrimps anymore.
You used to say shrimps.
I'm Mexican. Leave me alone. Anyway, I remember watching it so many times. The car wash scene at the end is what's
that's the iconic
engraved into my memory. I will never forget that. And funny enough, I told my mom, I was like, "Oh, we're watching Shark Tale," and she was like, "Which one's that one?" I was like, "You remember the car wash scene with the whale?" She was like, "Oh yeah."
It's actually pretty crazy, a little embarrassing. Because I saw it as a kid, that whole car wash, I thought that was from Shark Tale.
Oh my god!
I didn't know. I didn't know that was and then I didn't realize it till years later. We were in, I don't know, Michael's or something. They were playing it, and I was like, "That's from Shark Tale." Wait, that doesn't sound like Shark Tale. What is this? Then I realized not Shark Tale.
Funny. You're so stupid.
Yeah, but so I thought Shark Tale was really a cultural phenomenon in that way, which it is in other ways, but not
in. It was groundbreaking, but not for the reasons you thought it was.
Absolutely not. So going from there, I'm assuming, so you really liked it as a kid?
I loved this movie as a kid.
And
I definitely did not pick up on a lot of stuff that I did this time around.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
The whole Godfather Mafia thing, I never picked up on that.
Which it makes sense that they had Martin Scorsese and De Niro.
Which makes sense why they were there.
I don't remember this being a mobster movie, but in a lot of ways it is.
It definitely is. It's literally the whole movie.
Would you say you enjoyed it more now because of that, or how would you feel about it?
I wouldn't say I enjoyed it more. I think I enjoyed it
still.
Maybe in a different way.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed it as much as I did as a kid. Mm-hmm. But again, for different jokes, because now it's a lot different watching it. You pick up on a lot more, because that's the beauty of DreamWorks, is that they're going to have jokes for everyone.
That's true. And depending on how old you are, you'll pick up on them.
Yeah, you get them at different ages.
Definitely. I enjoyed a lot of this. There's a little more I didn't enjoy, though.
Yeah, I will say that there's some parts that are interesting.
Yeah. So we'll get into that. So to start off, one of the parts I always remember as a kid was the way that DreamWorks logo comes in, because they've always done really creative things.
Yeah, I love that
with the logo. So I love how it just went into the worm and just jumping into the story. I just thought it was funny.
And then Lenny, who is a total himbo. Let's be honest here.
I didn't think of that word while watching it, but that's the perfect word. I don't know what other word you could use.
Yeah, he's a total himbo. We love him.
Yeah, I love how they have the Jaws music. You think he's some mean shark's gonna come, and it's no, go away.
I know. Which I did not know that it was Jack Black as a kid.
You didn't know?
I never picked up on it.
I mean, he does try to change his voice a bit,
so I think that's what threw me off. But I was watching it again, I was like, hold up, what? I was not expecting that.
I mean, there's definitely a lot about this cast that I didn't really I mean, obviously that's Will Smith and De Niro. I didn't know who Martin Scorsese was as a kid. And then when I grew up, I realized he's one of the best directors of all time. Yeah. I'm like, why? But it's funny. And then,
it's funny. It works. Yeah.
And then Jack Black, Yeah, that's true. Speaking of Robert De Niro, so Maria and I were watching this with her mom for a little bit, and she's was seeing the cast names come up on screen, and she's like, "Oh my God, this is a great cast: Will Smith, Robert De Niro." I was like,
De Niro.
Really? And we couldn't just stop laughing for the next 5 minutes. It's girl, his name's De Niro. Robert De Niro. Oh my God.
Oh, that's iconic. I love it.
And then she also said that part where they were announcing at the beginning where all the sharks are gone, it's safe to come outside. She literally was that's everybody come back outside when COVID ends. Just some of the best comments. And I love the little details you're already seeing in
the world. Okay, I love animal movies because of the world building.
They always put so much effort in it.
They put so much effort into it, Zootopia, Sing. It shows different
B movie.
Okay, well, I wouldn't go that far.
That's a different level of world building.
That's a different level of world building.
Yeah.
But it shows well, yeah, actually, you know what, the B movie, yeah.
I'm you don't remember how much?
I only thought about it outside the hive, but then I started thinking about it.
Oh, even inside. Inside and outside.
Yeah, no, but that's why I was no, because outside the hive is just the regular human world, but then it makes
I was thinking about just the hive.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that, but Yeah, like I love animated movies, and when it comes to animals, because they put so much effort into the world building to make it make sense.
It makes sense.
Like
in a stupid way.
In a stupid way, and it continues on throughout the movie. Like there's a part where he's like at the funeral of the octopus and squid. I don't remember who, but he like pours coffee and then it just floats out of his cup.
I saw that. I never remember seeing that detail, and I thought that was so
there's
funny.
Just so many little details that go along with the world building. That's like, okay, they're underwater. Yeah, gotta remember that.
Like even like just the way that some of the ways they started off, like the Hollywood, Walk of Fame with all the stars,
the starfish,
and then the sushi place that obviously no one is gonna go eat at.
I cracked up. I laughed too hard at that joke.
Like, of course, no one's gonna go eat.
And he was like,
just little great details.
Cannibalism.
And then the more I was watching the movie, like the more I was really thinking about how much they made the animals somehow look like the actors voicing them.
Right?
Did you recognize that?
Yeah.
Like the Will Smith, like Oscar looks like Will Smith, kind of.
He does, and like even Angelina Jolie with the lips, and then
De
Niro, and even Scorsese, like all of them.
Yeah. Somehow
they had some features that looked like their actors.
Like their actors. I thought that was
so funny.
That was funny. I mean, I noticed it with like all of them. I'm like, this has to be kind of intentional, right?
It had, yeah. Which like, okay, so here's my comment on that. Animation has come a long way since 2004.
Yeah.
Because like when they would do like close-up shots of the fish, it was really bad.
Not pretty. No.
Yet somehow they were able to get those details in.
Somehow
make it clear that it was that.
I think it definitely shows how far they come. I mean, I still think at this point in time, like I think Pixar especially was already doing it at a point where it's like even you look at a Pixar movie from back then, it still looks great today.
Yeah.
DreamWorks, you can't really say the same.
Can't say the same.
But
no.
Now I think
they make up for it with their jokes.
Sure.
And like the content behind it.
I agree.
Yeah.
They maybe know they're not, at their peak animation wise, so they'll go harder on the jokes and everything like that.
Yeah. Better writers.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you really first start seeing Lenny, as you saw in the beginning, letting that little worm go.
The little vegetarian shark.
He's a vegetarian shark.
Vegetarian shark himbo. We love it.
And then our girlfriend Marie reminded me that I am Lenny, I think.
Oh my god, you're totally Lenny. Oh, you're a little himbo too.
I just remember the shot of him. They're just like talking about him, and he's just like.
Okay, but the funniest part is that you were literally doing that before we started.
Was I?
Yes. Before I was like adjusting the camera, and you were like.
Oh yes. I am that damn shark.
Oh my god, you're Lenny.
Oh yeah.
Wow, I love that. I'm gonna start calling you Lenny.
Please don't. We see the jellyfish come in. I remember these jellyfish too.
Yeah.
The Jamaican
Rasta jellyfish. Yeah.
They're fun.
Iconic.
And I think that Will Smith definitely, I noticed earlier on too, like this character, this Oscar character is really bringing out, you really feel all the charm, I guess, of his
well, it's Will Smith. He's got tons of charm. So, he's
got a lot of it, but I guess it's just pretty cool that even though you're not seeing him you still like know how
you're like you question for am I attracted to a fish? And that was a joke. Was
that just you?
That was a joke.
That was not
Please understand that was a joke. Okay, anyway, moving on.
That's not where I was going, but all right.
He had charm.
Yes, Will Smith.
It was Will Smith. Will Smith's charm. Okay,
got it.
Anyway.
Mrs. Sanchez.
Mrs. Sanchez.
I loved her random appearances throughout all this.
The movie, yeah. Just funny.
And then you kind of start getting a little bit about Oscar's character.
Yes. So this is where we really delve into the plot here, is where we know about he just wants to be more. Like he wants more out of life.
He feels like a nobody. He wants to be a somebody. He looks at all the rich people
at the top of the
penthouse, the top of the reef. He's just like, I want to be a somebody. And his best friend Angie's like, no, like you are somebody.
You are somebody to me.
But like, well, listen, my dad, like he worked at the whale wash. You see him with his fro.
Okay, I loved that. Yeah.
Which was great. It's just like he worked there for so long, and then like that was it. Like he just
and then we wasn't appreciated. So like nobody loves a nobody,
right?
And then he really wants to be somebody. So, but the problem is now is that he has taken out so much money from his boss, and Sykes is
which is
the Martin Scorsese character, and he has taken so much money from him because he has all these great ideas that he wants to go farther in life, and now he owes all that money back because the shark mafia, which, what kind of sentence is
this? When all this mafia stuff came about, I was like, okay, now I know why De Niro and Scorsese are in this.
It makes sense.
But
yes, the whole Godfather thing.
Honestly, like, is this their best duo? Like, in this movie?
I mean, honestly.
Me? No, I'm not. But, yeah, I was like, I don't remember, like I said earlier, this being a crime movie at all.
Never picked up on that.
Dig it. I really dig it.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, well, I want to get back to the plot, but like I just remembered this one character that I just want to talk about. The little crab. Can I be your financial advisor? Huh?
I thought it was a shrimp.
Is it a shrimp?
Right?
What shrimp has a shell? The crazy crab.
You're talking about the one that, can I be your financial advisor?
Yeah,
sorry.
I just wanted to mention him because I love
he's great. Can I? Yeah,
he's hilarious. I can't
believe I forgot to write that down because he's great.
I know, and I don't. No, I did write it down at the very end. It was like the crab is the best character.
It just kept popping up and being like, it was talking about being a financial. All right, anyway.
Iconic. But anyway, back to the plot of the movie.
But then you see the scene where Lenny's out, with dinner with his dad and his brother, and then they're talking about, okay, like, you're not being a real shark, like, you're not eating, like, you're not feeding on anything. So he's like, okay, here's a shrimp, like, eat it. And then, do you want to?
Please, it's not a good. I don't even know the words, but like
I don't know. We're talking about being in a factory, providing for his wife just had a baby, and he's like, I'm working 2 jobs.
It's really just a nub now, but just looking in his eyes every day just to see that smile is worth it. He goes on this whole spiel about how, like, he's
like, don't eat me, please.
Like, don't eat me. He's trying to appeal, and the shark is like, I'm not interested, and he tries to get him, and then he ends up freeing all the shrimp.
Yeah, he's just like, go away.
Which, like, it's been a while since I've seen this movie, so I wrote down, I was like, Shrimp Rebellion? ?
Because they were like looking at him like
come back for you. So I was like, please let there be a Shrimp Rebellion in the end.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that did come full circle.
Definitely, it did come back for a little bit later.
But so we see that Lenny's having some trouble connecting with his father because he doesn't feel like he's a real shark.
Because he's like, if you look weak, it makes me look weak. And all that.
Okay, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but was Lenny's like vegetarianism supposed to be like him being gay? Or am I reading too much into that again?
I mean, that could be a theory.
Because I do have a habit of making every character I see gay. So
I mean,
but here's the thing, is like you have like these moments where it's like, I know that he's not the shark you want him to be, but that's still like your son, and you should love him the way he is. And also, there's a lot of references to him cross-dressing as a dolphin.
Yes. He's like, literally when they apologize, like, I don't care how you dress, like, I don't care what you eat.
Yeah.
I love you anyway. So I mean,
I'm putting that out there.
That might be.
Might be reading into it a little too much, but it'd be funny if it was.
I mean.
But he's having trouble connecting with his dad regardless, because he doesn't want to harm other animals, because he's just a big himbo.
Yeah, himbo, and he's a vegetarian. He just doesn't want to...
He's a vegetarian himbo.
Exactly. But, so then we head on to the seahorse races, because of course Oscar cannot just stop when he's already ahead. So so Angie gives him this clam.
Yeah, it's a pearl. It's a pink pearl.
Oh, pearl, right.
Her grandmother gave it to her, and it was worth the amount
that he owed. He owed like 5,000.
Which, quick question: what do you think the exchange rate is from clams to U.S. dollars?
I didn't think about that.
Because it was 5,000 clams, so would that be like $5,000?
I know. I think it's less than the U.S. dollar.
Less than the I just wanted a quick conversation.
I'm gonna say it's for every one clam, it's $2. So I think that $5,000 that 5,000 clam was $10,000.
You know what? I believe that. Yeah, I totally believe that.
Okay.
I'm glad we had this.
I'm glad we discussed that, because
it was really bothering me. So I really needed to know.
That makes sense. Anyway, can't stop when he's ahead, so he has the 5,000 clams he needs, but he overhears 2 people talking about how the race is rigged. Lucky Day's gonna win. So he's like, you know what? Okay, let me bet all 5,000 on Lucky Day to win, because he knows obviously Lucky Day had the lowest odds to win.
Yeah.
So he knew he would gain the most.
No one was gonna vote no one was
gonna bet on him.
Yeah.
It definitely reminded me of Uncut Gems.
I've still never seen the movie.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
I started.
Well, I know you started in. Well, anyway, a basic theme in that movie is just every time he actually starts to like be successful with something, he just has to go risk it all again and just put himself in an even deeper hole.
Okay.
So that's what Oscar does here.
Yeah.
And then Oscar like runs into Lola.
Lola, the gold digging
Angelina
fish.
Jolie, which honestly I think she was a little wasted in this movie.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I mean, I just wish they would have given her more to do. But still, like, it's a cool character, I guess.
Still, I mean, she comes in the end, but it's I don't know. Yeah, and they could have used her more.
Anyway, but then she meets him, and then he starts giving them. Well, first, no. What happens is she hears him placing that bet, so she's like, "Oh, he has all this money because like he had all this money to bet."
Rich.
Gold digger, basically. And then as soon as you start thinking, and then the song has to tell you that she's a gold digger. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah, which again, as a kid, you don't pick up on that.
No,
you don't. But like she even like straightforward, because then eventually it catches up to him where he's like, yeah, you can come sit in the box with me to watch the race. And then his boss is like, no, you're an idiot, that's mine, you're poor, you're nothing. And she's like, listen, I'm gonna be honest here, I am very, very self-centered, and I'm really only in this for the money. So you're cute, but you're not worth it if you don't have money. So I'm uninterested. And she leaves. So she's very clear about that.
Yes, very true.
So
at least she's upfront with that.
At least she's honest. About being
that reminds me, have you ever watched 90 Day Fiancé before?
90 Day Fiancé. Oh, the show? Yeah, I've seen clips from it.
So there's this one couple, this is like one of the earlier seasons. It's like a Russian girl, and she's like with an American guy. Basically, she's pretty much like a gold. She's like, I'm only with you because like I want you to spoil me. Like, he's rich, he has money. It's like I want you to like spoil me and everything like that. So I mean, I didn't think about that till right now, that connection in my head. Yeah. But it's a good show, actually. Are you not familiar with Big Ed?
That's the only like stories I know from the show. Yeah. It's because of like all the memes and everything about him. So that's the only couple I know from 90 Day Fiancé.
He's so gross. Putting mayo in his hair. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I just forgot.
Anywho, so then they watch the race. It's not going well. The first lucky day, can't get out.
Stop. He just finally crashes through, and it's like, oh my god. And then somehow he makes
catches up all the way up to the 2. He crosses through. He's gonna go win. He slips.
He trips on under
the water.
And it was a bad day for Lucky Day. And because they were like all celebrating, they thought he was gonna win, and then it's just in the slow-mo of him like tripping and punching himself in the face. So that was funny.
It just had to happen.
Had to happen. So of course loses all that money, and he is basically dead.
Sent to death there.
Yeah, he's like, all right, boys, get him.
So then he's all tied up, and then you think that a shark is gonna come eat him,
but
it's Lenny.
It's Lenny, our favorite himbo. And he comes and is like, all right, buddy, look, we're going to save you here. Just give me a second and we'll do a whole show. Yeah. Puts on the show and
then Oscar just stays there.
He's like unaware of what's happening. He's like, oh, you meant like right now? Like, so
he's like, it tastes like chicken.
Yeah, he's like pretending to eat him to show his brother. Eventually his brother is like, you know what, I'm tired of this, and he goes to try and eat him. He's like, get your boy, dog, get your boy. So he isn't eaten because lucky for Oscar, bad for
the rest of his shark family.
The shark family. But an anchor comes and
kills Frankie.
Which I love that his last words was like, "You're an idiot," and then he dies. Which, like, still sad.
It's still sad, but nice words. Nice sad, final words. Then the jellyfish come back. All they see when they come back is a dead shark and Oscar
going crazy.
Going crazy on him.
Because he thinks he's, like, still in danger, so he's, like, pretending to, like, karate chop him. And they're like, did you just kill that shark? And he's like, it's exactly how you think it looks. He's like, I'm not confirming nor denying. But then that quickly turns into a giant lie where he suddenly takes on the name of the Shark Slayer. So that this is all based on a lie. And nobody knows this except for Oscar and Lenny. But Lenny's...
Well, Lenny didn't know about it at first.
Oh, well, he didn't know that he was the name, but he knew...
He knew there was a Shark Slayer, but he didn't know...
Yeah, he didn't know...
Oscar was Oscar, but he was the first one to find out.
Yeah.
So
he kind of disappears. But
and then I did write something about the crab though. He shows up again because he's like his Sykes is like introducing to the press like this is the Shark Slayer, and the crab shows up. When I'm his financial advisor, you want to see my puppets? I didn't know what was happening, but
he's my favorite character. Yeah. Oh, it's iconic.
And then at that point, you can just I don't know. At least for me, I could just practically see all the issues that were gonna head his way. I'm like, I know he's gonna run into something with his friend.
Yeah.
And obviously all the sharks who are now mourning the brother, they're good. I mean, eventually
they're gonna be upset. They're gonna go after you, buddy.
Yeah, like, come on. What's your plan now? You didn't think this through.
Yeah, no, clearly. And in the process, Angie, his supportive best friend,
who is like secretly in love with him.
Which girl. Anyway,
you can do better than
you can do better. But he is like really just completely dropped her in the process of this whole milking of the story.
Especially,
and she's supportive at first, but then she's like slowly realizing he's letting it go to his head.
He's get ahead. He's forgetting. Yeah.
But he does get accomplish what he wants to accomplish in life. He gets that penthouse that he has always wanted.
That's true.
He gets to party. He has Lola and the gold digging fish.
The gold digging Lola.
Would you say she's a gold fish? Oh, it was my outfit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so my outfit's kind of inspired.
Would you consider yourself a gold digger?
Well, I'm certainly working on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a plan in mind, like, for how you're gonna make that happen? Or?
It's a step-by-step plan.
Okay.
Right now I'm in like stage 2.
What was stage 1?
Birth.
Oh, okay. And stage 3 is death.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so 2 is just kind of...
their death.
Oh, okay.
I get the money.
And you inherit it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Well, that's Lola.
No one's going to want to marry me now. Anyway.
That's Lola.
For legal reasons, this was a joke. Just putting that out there.
We're going to put a lot of disclaimers in the beginning that Martha is just joking.
Just joking.
The fish. Okay. Anyways. So far, I don't know. The only reason why I like Oscar and want to see him, succeed is because it's Will Smith and he's all charming and everything. But this character's so fucking stupid.
He's so stupid.
Such an idiot.
He is an idiot. He just doesn't learn from his mistakes. He's just...
And literally, his best friend Angie is the one, literally talking sense to him from the beginning, and he doesn't listen.
Does not listen ever. He's in his own head, and he does what he thinks is the best option, which is never the best option.
No.
But that's him anyway. But yeah, so eventually he runs back into Lenny. Good old himbo.
Oh, yeah.
Where he talks about he's like, oh, there's a shark slayer around, so be quiet. And he's like, no, don't worry. I promise you there's no shark slayer. But, in the meantime, Lenny's also hiding from his family.
So they both have a reason to hide.
Which I wrote down a line that he said after his brother died, I think, or... I don't know if it was a little bit after. It was after he met back up with him, but he was like, and I can't go back because it was my fault. Kind of. Not really, but still. Oh, yeah. Talking about his brother's death. He was like, it's my fault, but it's not, but it kind of. I thought that was funny. I marveled at that. But yeah, so he decides, hey, I can use him, I can kind of scheme here.
We both can kind of benefit from this right now.
Each other out,
you need to keep up this act that you're the shark slayer. I need to get away from my family. I need to hide.
Yeah, so the himbo suddenly had a great thought, which is very rare for himbo
people.
Yeah. So
I don't think I would have come up with that thought.
Honestly. Oh, absolutely not. You would not have.
No. Thank you.
So he decides, they're gonna hide him in the car wash garage. I'm assuming is what
the whale wash.
The whale wash garage.
No cars.
Sorry. This isn't the Cars animated universe.
No, that's a different universe.
Different
one. Whole world building.
Another world building. So Angie eventually finds out, and the truth untold.
Untold? That's not English.
It was for me.
Okay. Well, that's all that counts. Basically, Angie also finds out the truth. And then, at first she's kind of helping, protect him and everything like that. But at that point, she's like, Like, why are you so obsessed with like feeling this need to become somebody? And he's like, well, as a nobody, like no one cared about me, no one loved me. He's like, you know what? I did.
Yeah, she was like, I loved you.
Express her love.
She gave that declaration of love, and he's like, oh wait, what?
Yeah.
Because he was very clueless and never saw it, even though she was very obvious about it. But you know.
Well, actually, before that happened, their whole plan went through of him, you know, pretending to kill him and doing all that crazy stuff.
I forgot. Yeah, so they had this whole plan where, you know, officially, because the family was still looking for Lenny, so he was like, if you kill me, I can disappear. You know, like I am no longer alive, and you continue to live on as the Shark Slayer, and no one's gonna mess with you.
No one's gonna mess with you because they can see.
So that's you know, that's their plan there. So they do it. It works, scares off all the shark mob, and go running home. They're all terrified of him.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a good plan.
So like it worked out for that, and he's still like loving the attention and everything, which is what led to Angie being like. Why are you letting this get to your head and all this kind of stuff? And it's kind of sad seeing Angie, you know, go through that with her friend. Because, like, I'm sure she felt in that moment that, like, well, like, you had me and, like, it's still, like, life wasn't enough for you. Yeah. Like,
should have been.
Should have been. Like,
you jerk.
I'm a catch. Like, get it? Because it's a fish.
Anyway. But yeah, so, you know.
It's after that point, that he starts seeing the value that he has in his life. Because even though I will say this, at first I thought Angie was just jealous because, you know, he's with Lola, so which I get it. And also, I mean, she was jealous. It is true. But it is a deeper thing than that. So he starts seeing the value he has in his life before he started, you know, creating this lie of being the Shark Slayer.
Shark Slayer.
And that obviously leads into the message of the movie. Like, it's like, you know, it's not good for you to be. Like, you want to be a somebody, but you're gonna not be yourself to get there. It's like, no, you know how you're somebody's by being yourself and
by being yourself,
and you know, and
staying true to
yourself and appreciate what you have around you. Yeah, because that's really what he didn't appreciate the things he had around him and how he had good people in his life that cared about him. Yeah, all that, he didn't appreciate that, and that's what makes you a somebody is when you love all the things and appreciate the people in your life instead of being a somebody and going after materialistic things that will make you feel empty at the end of the day anyway.
Yeah. And then Lenny turns into a dolphin. Oh.
And that's the takeaway from this movie. None of that matters. Exactly.
Well, because like in the middle of their fight, he's like, what is it? Oh, Danny,
they did that so many times where they would have like an emotional moment and then they come in. It's like,
I'm a dolphin.
I'm like, thank you, Lenny.
Look at the whale watching dolphin. Love that.
Anyway.
So, just like right there in the middle. It's like, okay.
So then he realizes that, breaks up with Lola, and Lola just beats his ass.
Oh, yeah. She's like, let me explain something to you. And then it's like,
wow. Yeah.
They're like, young love.
And then, obviously, he's going to go find Angie. I knew that hoe was captured.
I know. But how did they know that was his girl?
I mean, they probably.
Because he didn't even know.
Before he even realized he wanted Angie, they knew he wanted Angie. Yeah. They're one step ahead. That's the mob.
That is the
mob mentality right there.
The shark mob.
The shark mob mentality right there is that we're ahead of you before you even know you're ahead.
You even know you're in love with this person.
Right. We know you're in love. We know it. Which is why I don't know why it took them so long to find out Oscar was the shark.
I know.
Especially when he's on the news.
Right? He's all over the place.
It's like, not only... Because it wasn't even just like, okay, we know who he is, let's find him. It's like, we don't know who it is.
Yeah. Like, they knew that it was a Shark Slayer, but they didn't know who it was until, like, Sykes had to, like, call him and was like, oh, you know... You
want a Shark Slayer? You know what?
He's my client.
Yeah, you know what? You shut up.
Yeah, you shut up, yeah.
It's like, oh my God, you're going to get yourself killed, brother.
Yeah.
But yeah. So then they do capture her, though, and then they have that stupid sit-down meeting. And the fact that they still think Oscar's the Shark Slayer and they just, like, faint on sight.
Yeah, they're scared of him. They're, like, no sudden movements. And he realizes this and is like, all right, let me play this part. You know?
Yeah.
This is how it's going to work. And, like, he puts the fear in them even more. And, like, they all think that he's a threat when he's not.
Yeah.
And then they're able to, you know, save Angie with the help of Lenny the Dolphin.
Lenny the Dolphin.
Or Danny the Dolphin, I think was his name. It was like...
Did he call himself a different name?
He called himself a different name. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
He came up with a different name for himself, but eventually, you know, he...
You know, him cross-dressing, as we saw.
He cross-dressed
He kind
as
of
a
looked like
dolphin.
more comfortable as a dolphin, like a new
He looked like a
identity for
new
him.
person.
He did.
We loved that for Lenny / Danny. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
His stage name.
So then, you know, it goes from that meeting to like the climax where they're in the whale wash. I thought this was entertaining for me because you have, in my opinion, my two favorite performances were Will Smith and Robert De Niro. Like they were my MVPs. So I think.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the whole chase scene. Oh, and then we saw the shrimp rebellion come to fruition. Very happy.
It went full circle.
Yeah, so the shrimp. I was like shrimp rebellion.
So then somehow they're able to trap Lenny / Danny and the dad. And then they finally, make up, confront each other.
They have their moment where they're like, you know what?
You know what? I'm not the shark slayer. Like, I didn't kill anyone. He didn't kill anyone. It was the anchor.
Yeah.
Like,
this is the truth. The truth
comes out finally.
The truth will set you free. And Katie Curran is like, how do you feel about losing everything?
Wait, what's her name in this?
Katie Current. Current instead of current.
That's great.
That was funny.
I thought, honestly, some of the puns from some of the signs in the movie were funny. Like, it was Coral Cola. I think.
Coral Cola.
Fish King for Burger King. What was Starbucks? Was it just Starbucks?
I didn't see that one.
There were some other ones. They were funny.
But they did have, there were a lot of little things like that. But I like that one line where it was like when he first came out and started telling the story, and like she was like trying to get it on camera, so she was like, move, and she like hit someone. He was like, so much nicer on camera. I liked that little part there, but the truth set him free. Eventually, he wins Angie back. That's and it's all happy and working at the car wash.
And then he takes it over with Sykes. He recognizes that what his dad did with that whale wash was meaningless. Mm-hmm. He wasn't a nobody. He wasn't. And you know what? He's not nobody either.
He not nobody.
He not nobody. So it does wrap up pretty well. I would
with
say.
a nice little bow, and it's all a happy ending until someone gets hungry. I'm just putting that out there. Sharks are gonna shark.
That's true.
Someone's gonna get hungry.
I don't know why you had to make it depressing there, because I was gonna end it with the cherry on top, which is the mid-credit scene.
Cherry on top with the what?
Mid-credit scene.
So
Lola comes back. She's like, Oscar, like,
she's like, I'm sorry, baby, and
who shows up at the damn crab?
The financial
advisor crab.
I love him.
I love to. So one of the things I remember, I wrote down Shark 2. It's called Shrek 2. At the end with the whole freeze frame like credits thing.
Yeah.
I saw that here, Shark Tale 2. I was like, oh, that's nice. That's like iconic stuff.
Wait, what?
When they're showing at the end like the cast names with the characters and they like freeze when they show their names.
Oh, yeah.
I just always remember that from Shrek 2. So I was like, oh, that's a Shark Tale. It's iconic.
Okay. Yeah, iconic.
I think I'm the only one that cares about that.
I think you were the only one that cared about that. But I mean, like, the end part, I guess, was funny. Like, it'd be a lot better if you were in theaters watching it, because it was like, I'm going to take your popcorn.
Oh, in the end credits. Right.
Yeah.
And then also, just like Boss Baby, you know who did the score for this? Fucking Hans Zimmer. I don't know why.
I love that man.
I mean, what's crazy is I didn't hear any music. Like, I wasn't paying attention to the score at all watching this.
I mean,
I didn't even know
the Jaws theme that they were making themselves.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a score in Shark Tale. Like, I wasn't paying attention to it.
Attention to that.
I noticed the soundtrack, but not the score.
Yeah.
So I was like, why bring Hans Zimmer on to do a score that nobody's gonna pay attention to?
No one paid attention to.
I mean, love him, but still.
Well, we still love him. Anyways. We still stand Hans Zimmer here.
Definitely. But yeah. So that pretty much brings us to the end of the plot of Shark Tale. I was honestly pretty down the middle.
Okay.
On this one, which I don't know. I think the jokes and stuff mostly worked for me in the beginning, but as it moved along, I feel like not as much. Like, the jokes didn't hit for me as much.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. I do feel like I was laughing a lot more at the beginning than I did at the end. I think they really they had a lot more to be presented in the beginning.
Yeah, that's true, because they're introducing everybody in the situation and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I thought some of the jokes were just I didn't understand them. Like, there's just random that. There's this one part, I don't know what character it was. They just farted.
Oh, and that was just the old shark.
And that was, and I thought, I'm like, that was the joke, was just that he farted, and that was it. And
but you also have to keep in mind that this is a kids movie.
But you don't need someone to fart to make kids laugh. I feel like, I don't know.
Okay, but like, did you not laugh at that as a kid?
Because I was stupid. I don't...
Exactly. You understand who they're making this movie for.
But you said this is DreamWorks. This is a movie that kids and adults can enjoy.
Exactly. They have jokes for both kids and adults.
So are you saying if there was no fart joke in there, the kids wouldn't like this movie?
That's not necessarily...
So you don't need it.
Okay.
That's my point.
All right, fine. I get it. But...
Anyway.
Still iconic.
Sure.
I mean, maybe not that scene in particular.
No. And so I guess for me, that... Okay, like, obviously, like, when he becomes a shark swimming, so you can kind of tell what's going to happen the rest of the time. Mm-hmm. Usually that doesn't bother me. Especially, like, with these movies. Like, as long as you're making me laugh, like, I don't really care. But because I wasn't laughing as much, I got bored in parts because I'm like, okay, well, I'm not laughing. And I know what's going to happen. So it's just like...
I see what you mean. I kind of felt the same way. Towards the end, it got a little slow.
A little bit.
There wasn't as many jokes. There wasn't, like, you knew what was happening with the plot.
So, like I said, I mean, when it comes to movies, like, I don't care about the story. We talked about B-Movie before, right?
Yeah.
How stupid was that story?
It was so stupid.
But I didn't care because I thought it was just funny.
But there were so many jokes that lands. So, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I definitely
So that's what I mean. The only reason why I cared about started paying attention to that was just because, like, okay, I'm not really laughing, so I'm like, I don't know. And it makes me, I don't know. There's definitely like charm here. There's jokes that works. Like, I like to cast like Will Smith and De Niro and everybody involved. Scorsese. I mean, I'll never have imagined that, and I think it works.
It works perfectly.
Some of the lines that they have this man say, like at the end when they're all like. He's like, yo, 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 yo. God, and him and De Niro going back and forth with yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, what? Like,
he's like, he was like, it's not common for like a white shark, or like a white shark can't do it or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's a lot of race jokes definitely that were hidden in this movie.
Yeah, and I just imagine them going back and forth in the studio recording those lines.
Oh, God.
It was probably great.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, probably great for them. They probably had fun because...
I'm so sure that they did.
Yeah. Yeah, so I thought there was charm there, but I don't know. I guess just for me, that was kind of my main issue with this. But yeah, what would you say? What you thought about this movie?
I definitely agree with a lot of what you said. Like, I was kind of bored towards the end, but I still think I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoyed it as a kid. I enjoy it now. It's definitely not one of my top 10 movies. Like, I would definitely not say
this isn't the one that you need to update to your list.
This is not one that I'm updating to my list. But no, I still think it's funny. It's a fun movie to put on and watch.
And I think kids would like it too.
Everyone will
with or without the fart joke, I think.
With or without the fart joke, I think everyone would love it. Yeah. Everyone and their families. So, you know, it's a good movie. The whole theme, remember, you're perfect the way you are.
You stay true to yourself. Appreciate what's around you. Appreciate your life. Like, you're not, just because you're not necessarily have the idea of success that you envision, like, just, your life is still valuable now because you have good things around you, have good people around you that care about you.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of life. I see my girlfriend laughing at me. I don't know if she's listening to me or not. But anyway. Anyways,
right.
But yeah.
You're a himbo.
Thank you. Yes, I am Lenny the Shark. That's what was my main takeaway.
That's definitely the main takeaway of this movie is that we've discovered you are Lenny.
Yes. My next step is just to start cross-dressing as a dolphin.
Please do.
Okay.
I really appreciate that.
All right. Well, did you have any more thoughts, or did you want to get into your rating?
We can go into scores. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, you actually honestly talked me up a little bit. My thoughts are about the same, but I will give it a 6.
Okay.
I'll give it past them because nostalgia might play a little into that because I liked this as a kid, but I just imagine showing this to my kids in the future. I think they would enjoy, and I wouldn't mind watching with them.
Yeah,
again. You know what I mean? There's definitely not a movie I wouldn't mind putting on from your kids, and like I still got laughs out of it.
Yeah.
It's not one of DreamWorks' best in my opinion. I feel like I would rather go back to honestly, I'd rather watch a B-Movie or Boss Baby over this. Mm-hmm. But that's the bar we're reaching.
Okay, no. Okay, but Boss Baby's actually so good.
We haven't watched our episode, and that was a few episodes. Actually, I don't know what episode that was.
I don't remember.
We're on 20 now. We have quite a catalog right now.
I know. And you know what? I have not repeated an outfit once.
You have not.
I just, if you guys, subscribe to our YouTube.
That's very true.
You would see
know that.
All my outfits always, I think with the exception of like maybe 1 or 2 episodes, because I just genuinely could not think of anything. But most of the time, my outfits correlate to the movie somehow. So, if you ever want to see that.
Yeah. I tried that for like 2 episodes, but then I don't.
You gave up on that? That's perfectly
But on the Zoom ones, I at least put the background.
You put the background, and that's what matters.
It's a start.
It's a start.
It's effort.
It's effort.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Anyways, yeah, that's but 6 for me.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, I definitely think nostalgia definitely does have some input here. But I'm giving this like a high 6.
Okay.
Yeah. High 6, near 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kept you from 7?
The fact that I gave one of my top 10 favorite movies last week an 8. It was too close to 7, and I can't give this one. Yeah.
7 and 8 are very close.
I wanted to check back on my notes. I was like, what did I give it? An 8? No, I'm not doing that.
That's fair. That's fair.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, I was originally going to say a 7, but I was like, I'm going to bring it a little bit lower.
All right.
So.
Either way, that's fair. I understand it.
It's very close to a 7, but not quite.
Still, I think that for me at least, you might disagree on this. I think the unbeatable bar for like, honestly, just animation in general, not just DreamWorks, is Shrek. That's top for me. I know for you, it's probably How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, that's definitely it. But I think...
and for a lot of people, it's probably Shrek 2. A lot of people love 2 more than 1.
A lot of people like Shrek 2. But I think it's within different regards. I think of,
But think about it this way. Did How to Train Your Dragon have fart jokes? Actually, it might have. Did it? I think there was one with the dragons.
Yeah, there was one. But there was like they were burping. It was a burp joke.
Right.
It was different.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, they were more sophisticated than that.
Sorry, that's true. Okay.
So yeah.
Anyway, those are future topics though. Should be fun. But anyway, all right. So we didn't cheers because we gave 6s. 6 for Shark Tale. We're sorry since it won the poll. I don't know if y'all wanted us to love it more. But we liked it.
That's not to say that I didn't love it. I really enjoyed watching this movie. I was really happy that we picked it.
I'm really glad I won because I've been meaning to rewatch it for a very long time.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a good opportunity, and also too, it doesn't mean either that the other movies in our poll we're not going to talk about in the future.
Oh, we're for sure talking about those.
I mean,
Nacho Libre is a household favorite in my family. We, every single one of us, quote that movie like weekly. All of us. Even my mom, who does not know movies. Like, she watches the movie and then it just, like, completely goes over her head. Right. She does not remember a single thing from it. Mm-hmm. But Nacho Libre, we will quote it like crazy.
Yeah.
We love it.
Which quote do you think is the most, do y'all say most around the house?
We have a couple. One of them was, did you tell them they were the Dolores ships?
Don't remember that. Yeah.
And then the stretchy pants. The whole scene with the corn. I love that movie.
We need to talk about it. We'll definitely do it soon because it was a close second as well.
Yeah, we need to talk.
Now you're bringing up these lines. I just want to watch it now.
It's so iconic.
But anyway, Shark Tale is definitely a great pick, and I'm glad we talked about it, and I'm so glad we had a level of enjoyment for it still.
Yeah.
So long after it came out. So yeah, so that ends our discussion on Shark Tale, and we're now into our 20s. On the episodes.
Wow, look at us.
Which is so cool. So these next ones should be fun. We'll definitely want to have some more topics in mind, like different kinds of topics, like play around with not just with like talking about a movie for an episode, but different, maybe like different parts of a movie,
some different
genres, lists and things of that nature, that. And bringing on guests and all that stuff.
Yeah, we're still working on bringing on some different guests.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely. But at least for next week, we're still going to do something like this. Do you remember the movie?
I do. Next week, we are watching Superbad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You haven't seen all of it.
I've seen parts of this movie, but I've never sat down and watched the full thing.
I really hope you like it. I think it's one of the funniest movies out there.
I've heard great things about it, and I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. I love... Michael Cera's in it, right?
Mm-hmm. Him and Jonah Hill are the two leads,
I love both of them, so I think they're hilarious.
Oh, yeah, haven't you seen every Michael Cera movie except
Pretty much, yeah.
Actually, this won't be our first Michael Cera.
Yeah, no, we did Scott Pilgrim.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that one is streamed on Netflix if you have not gotten a chance to see it. Mm-hmm. So very accessible out there. And to wrap up our episode today, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any audio streaming platform. You know, if you're going on a road trip, you know, taking a drive to work, you know, you're in school and you don't want to pay attention, you know, you can pop in your earbuds and listen.
Yeah.
You can do all that. Or if you want to do one better, like she was saying earlier, if you want to see how she has not repeated an outfit at all, I think I've repeated my outfit like probably 10 of the 20 episodes. Yep. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at In a Wider Screen Podcast. And then for updates, like the Twitter poll, like you wouldn't have known about that if you weren't following us.
Yeah. So, you know, what are you doing really? Like,
really?
What better do you have to do? Who else do you have to follow besides us?
Why do you have to be antagonistic towards our audience?
Because you need good cop, bad cop.
Oh, okay. So I'm good cop and you're bad cop.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which reminds me, we gotta do like
that's a good one. You're right. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, In a Wider Screens for all those updates and then things of that nature. So that will do it for our 20th special episode.
Yeah. Happy 20th. Woohoo. Yeah. Are we doing another cheers? I don't know. I just wanted. We've done too many cheers today.
Well, because honestly, that part I didn't want to cheer you. I was just gonna drink my water in peace, but you like got your way into that cheer
because you know.
Just because I moved it towards this angle doesn't mean I'm not cheering. Maybe I wanted to cheer the audience.
All right, this is our last episode, guys. So,
anyways, thank y'all for watching and for listening.
Yep, we really appreciate all of you listeners. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We talked about Shark Tales.
Not Shark Tales. Featuring Robert De Niro. All right, well.
Yep, that's all.
That's all. Bye.
Bye.